everyone, welcome back to another video, another speed build on my channel. My name is Chermibear, and for today's video we are building another house. For this build I approached it really differently. I decided to start with just one room because I had a vibe and a feeling in mind. I just really wanted to capture it, so I thought that instead of working from the outside in like I usually do with making this floor plan and building the house structurally from the outside first. So because I already had a very fixed and specific image in mind, I decided to start with just a box, and I chose like the wallpaper and the floor tiles, and I was very focused on wanting to create the correct vibe with lighting. So I put in very big windows, and I wanted it to be a very comfortable space. So I basically based this entire build off this room, which is also inspired by like a passing photo that I saw on not Instagram actually, Twitter. It was essentially a artwork and illustration of a girl reading in a very nice attic bedroom that looked really small and cozy and wooden, and I don't know, it just gave the vibes, and I really wanted to recreate the vibes. It was a really dark room with a lot of natural lighting streaming into the place, which is why I put in these big windows from the Moschino stuff pack. There was a lot of clutter, stacks of books, blankets and shelves and candles, like all of those good things that comes to mind when you think of a cozy space. Those are the things that I put in. So basically this room was insanely cluttered. I just pulled out so much clutter and focused on a lot of stacks of books and files and things, and just lots of blankets and stuff. You've probably noticed that I spent a long time trying to pick out the perfect sofa for this space. This house actually turned out being like a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom sort of space for one person, probably an introvert. I actually created a loner sim for this build because I just thought that with a space like this with so many books and plants, it truly just strikes me as a introvert's haven, which is why I named this build an introvert's haven basically. I don't know, I think it's also because I'm personally an introvert myself, so looking at this space, it just makes me very happy, and I really just want to spend alone time in this space, so it just reminds me of introverted space. So at this point, the room is already coming together quite well. We're working on the rug portion right now, and this 3-piece rug, I think it's from Laundry Day if I'm not wrong. It's from Laundry Day. This is one rug that always looks very good when other people use it, but I've never really found a way to use it myself until this build. I don't know, it's just adds to the clutter, adds to how cluttered the whole room is, and I really liked how it turned out. I added this little reindeer plushie from, I think, what's that called? The camping pack. I added that doll there because it was cute. I liked how I added this coffee table that looks like it's a vintage sort of like thrifted find. I don't know what you call this, like it's just like a second-hand coffee table that she probably picked up from a garage sale or something. I don't know. I just liked how the style of the coffee table totally does not match, but it just adds on to that eclectic vibe of the space. So books are very important. My sim that is going to live here, she's a bookworm for sure. She's probably like always here, that's why there's so many books. She's probably reading like 5 books at a time, just like me. Maybe I'm just emulating, but she looks very stunning. If I had managed to make a machinima of this build with my sims and her friends, then you'll see her either at the end or you have already seen her at the start of this video. And you can tell me if she's stunning or not. You can see that there's a red shelf situation on the wall, very conspicuously sticking out on the wall. That red shelf is the OMSP shelf. It's a CC custom content piece of tool that I like to use to make placing clutter everywhere on all sorts of levels way easier. I'll link the CC down below if I remember to, but it is like one of the staple tools that I use that is a custom content item. And the best part about this tool is that once you delete it, it is a tool, so once you delete it from your build is not going to be considered a custom content build. It will not be marked as custom content on the gallery, and technically you do not have any custom content items in your build as well, so it's a really useful tool. I've gotten quite a number of questions about the shelf, especially when I'm streaming, which is why I thought that I should just address it right here, just in case you guys want to know. And if you guys want to download it, I will leave the link in the description box down below. And yeah, so we're moving on to another corner in the room. I was so focused on making sure that that corner with the sofa is well done that I didn't really think about what to put on this side of the wall. Also, I must apologize for I missed out me putting the fireplace together. I didn't know that I wasn't recording when I was doing that. But generally speaking, this place, this space, this wall came together quite easily after a while. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, but once I figured that she can be musical as well, it was quite easy to just put in things together, the guitar, the amplifier, the posters. I decided that she should have some crystals as well, which is why I placed a crystal on the fireplace, as well as filling up any empty wall space with more wall decorations and art pieces and things like that. I don't know why, but it's a thing. I just simply cannot leave walls empty in this game. But yeah, so after this room is completely done, I moved on to the room outside this room, which I decided quite quickly that I wanted it to be the kitchen of the house. I didn't really know what kind of style I wanted my kitchen to be in. I would have ideally matched the style of the living room with, I mean, like to have both rooms match in style, but I really didn't know how to do that with the limited amount of kitchen counters that we are given access to in this game. So I decided that instead of making it match, I would just continue with that eclectic sort of style that I was kind of going for. I don't know, I went with this very flowery floral wallpaper in a nice baby blue. I went with these I don't know what you call these, farmhouse, just quite traditional counters, kitchen counters, and made it very different. It looks more like a granny space. I mean, the kitchen does change quite a bit over time as I add in, like, you know, this pale yellow fridge, and I do eventually add in a mint colored or teal colored stove, like right now. Was it teal or mint? Or like one of this color. Is this teal or mint? I have no idea. So I made it more like a pastel sort of situation, so it still keeps that youngish, eclectic vibe. I didn't want to match the upper cabinet, so I made it kind of, I don't know, I just mismatched everything, but still tried my best to make it look as if it is meant to be like this, just in a more eclectic style. Can I say eclectic even more? I really like the idea of a nice runner rug in the middle of the kitchen, so I added that in. I liked how I still managed to fit in like a breakfast counter, a breakfast nook, breakfast counter situation. And I do proceed to clutter up the entire area at some point, but right now I'm just pulling out some essentials. This room actually turned out looking quite different by the end. I didn't want like an open concept space, so I closed it off. I added like an archway. I tried to move things around. I added more counters, making sure that it all looked pretty balanced and nice. I wanted a very nice big kitchen. I don't know why. It's just a one person's room, but this kitchen is humongous. But maybe it's like a drawer. Maybe, I don't know, but it made sense, sort of. So I did this to the kitchen. Slowly but surely, you'll see me use a lot more walls to close off the space even more. And then for this little corner over here, I just added in this nice counter, marble top. I don't know what's that. That's like a table sort of situation into this nook in the area. It's just a random space in the wall. I had initially wanted to put a bookshelf here because, well, bookworm, but nothing really fit into that space. It was like a 2-tile white space, and all the bookshelves just didn't look as if it fit there very well, so I didn't even try. And over here, I decided to section off the counter even more with a half wall behind the counters. You'll see more of that in a little bit, but meanwhile, I'm just cluttering up all the counters I think most of the counters right now. I think this bread box above the microwave thing has become like a sort of signature of mine. I just keep doing it. I don't know why. It makes sense. I don't know if it's harmful or not, but it makes sense visually and practically. In The Sims anyways. So yeah, I just continue on with like putting things on the wall, on the counters, including some knives, utensils, ladles and stuff. I don't really know what you call these things, but I do try to clutter as much as possible. I still don't think, even at the end, that this place is cluttered enough for me. I think like for this sim, she's obviously quite messy, so it should be more cluttered than how I've cluttered it. But I think I just lack a lot of kitchen clutter. Maybe I'm just not good enough at cluttering, but I just try to make it look messy but still kind of, I don't know, it makes sense. Like, I don't know if she uses the kitchen much. Maybe she does. Maybe she actually likes cooking quite a bit. I think she does. I'm not sure. I basically just made sure that everything looks pretty cluttered. I would just say cluttered. I do try to add in this little Alexa thingy. I don't even know what you call it. It's just like an Alexa thingy that talks back to you and gives you trivia and quizzes and stuff, as well as play music. I just put it on the counter on the breakfast island. The breakfast island, I think that's what it's called. And I put in some lights as well. I just think that after building so much, I think lighting is very important for creating a vibe in the rooms, and I'm trying to get better at putting in lighting that makes sense into rooms and not just mindlessly using that mini saucer ceiling light situation to illuminate the entire space. Those are good for building, but not necessarily the best thing for creating a sort of atmosphere in your build. So for the breakfast island, I do one of these partition thingies with a wall divider with that circle in the middle and 2 columns. I like how it looks. I like how it's like sort of separated but not really separated. It's just like a little nice attraction in the center of the kitchen. And yeah, just structurally very attractive. I think attractive, that's all I can say. Putting in some pet stuff because my sim does own a cat. And don't pay too much attention to this nook actually, because like I do end up putting a window there at some point. The biggest downside I think of working your builds this way is that you kind of forget that you need to put windows on your exterior walls, because if you work one room by one room, the room just has to have some windows here and there, but you just forget when windows are actually necessary in your space. At least for me, that was something that I forgot. I forgot that I had to put in windows in my kitchen and other rooms as well, so I had to fix that. I had to go back to fix that at some point. And here I'm just like trying to work out the rest of the floor plan, because by this point I did realize that I cannot go on doing this room by room anymore, because it just doesn't make sense. I think starting off a build with an inspiration made by I don't know, just like with an inspiration for a single room is fine, but to be inspired continuously for every single room and making sure that they all flow together, that's asking a little bit too much. So this is the part where we realized that we have to put in windows, more windows. So I had to edit this piece of the kitchen wall, I guess, trying to find a window that match or that fits into the space, since I forgot to make space for it. Thankfully I found this one window that I eventually turned into a black color, because all of my windows are black. And I also had to add the windows here, removing the mirror and the lighting and stuff. I gladly kept the plants intact, and this room as well. We started putting in windows, raising the foundation, changing the doors, making sure that everything makes sense. I landed on this glass door over here, right, this one, to match the windows, making sure that it looks nice, editing the space of the entryway, finding a door that works. It took me quite a while for the one and only bedroom of the house. This house is so weird. Like, you have like a toilet and it's an ensuite. So this house basically has like only one bathroom, and it is connected to the master bedroom, so definitely not a kind of house that you would want to have guests over in. But ironically, you have a very big entertainment space. in the dining room for some guests and stuff. So it's just very weird. I would have liked a separate bathroom, like one more bathroom maybe connecting to the kitchen or something, but I just forgot. I forgot about it. So I think it is what it is. Right now I'm working on the patio area, the outside veranda area. The railing was quite a tough one to decide on because we do not have like matching railings and baristas. How do you call those things? I'm 100% unsure what you call those things, but basically like the stair railings and the regular railings and barriers thingy, right? That's all I can say. I don't really know the term for that. But yeah, there's not a lot of while I do the roofing, let's talk about the stairs and the railings. We don't have like matching railings and stair railings, and I'm just like, why do you not have the same ones? We have matching ones for some of them, but not all of them, and it's frustrating to work with because when you find something you like and you cannot find like a matching railing one that you like, matching stair railing. I don't know what the stair railing, the stair railing one is called as well. So I'm just confused all in all. But anyways, talking a little bit about the roofing. I'm not the best with roofing, so I don't even know if this is the best way to roof this house, but I ended up liking how it looks like, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Roofing a house just always feels like a puzzle that's not very fun to play. I don't really know what to say about the roof. It's just a roof. I'm glad the house is roofed. That's about it. I really don't know what to say, man. But it was fun. It was fun to do. It turned out very good. It turned out looking really nice. I like the black trimming on everything. I added some more windows because there's not enough windows. This ends up being the toilet, the only bathroom of the house. I wanted it to be very well lit. Anyways, this is like a very secluded piece of land in mid-nowhere in Windenburg. I didn't mention it before, but I'm mentioning it now. This is a lot in Windenburg. It's a 20 by 20 lot. It's actually one of my favorite lots to build in because it's small enough and it's also like in the wilderness in the middle of literally nowhere. So you can have your bathroom with like a full-length mirror, a full-length window. No one's gonna watch. There's no one around. But yeah, here I'm working on the entryway. I wanted like a nice little sofa area where you can sit down, put your shoes in. This one has drawers inside, which is pretty nice for I guess storage, and also a place to rest if you're tired from, I don't know, anything that you're doing outside the house, or just to take off your shoes. It's a nice place to sit down. And over here you see me trying to pick out a wallpaper for the entryway. I didn't know what color I wanted it to be, but I didn't know that I wanted it to be very comfy and stuff, so I landed on this brown wallpaper. I don't know, this exact shade of beige brown situation actually looks really nice and cozy, so I went with that. I wanted like a sort of like a painted over brick wall situation behind the chair as like an accent wall. Really like how it turned out. I really like this angle, I guess, of the chair with the pendant mason jar and also the artwork. I'm now working on the dining room. If you saw that clip, or like that one instance where I was moving the camera from the living room all the way to the dining room, it's because I was trying to situate the dining room in a way where you can actually see it from the living room. That's just something that I really wanted when I was building the living room itself. I landed on this really nice blue and yellow and plants galore sort of dining room situation. I didn't really have a plan. I just wanted to complete the whole house, and honestly, for an introvert's haven, for like one person, you don't really need a dining room this big and huge and nice, but I guess it's a nice space for family and friends to get together if she ever choose to, host a gathering and stuff. It's a really nice house to do some hosting, some parties and stuff like that. I really enjoy how this feature wall situation behind the dining room falls into place with all the plants and the wooden stilts that I used to add some texture and interest to the walls. Yeah, it's very nice. Oh, and I forgot to add a chimney, so now that's what I'm doing right now, because there's 2 fireplaces in this house with no chimneys, and I thought that was weird, so I added one. Moving on to the master bedroom, or like the only bedroom of the house. I'm now choosing a wallpaper for the room. Didn't really know what I wanted. I ended up landing on this wooden wallpaper that I have throughout the living room at first and the dining room, and then I decided that it's not really the vibe at some point. We're now picking out the bed for this room. I really wanted the bed to be right in front of these big windows, floor to ceiling windows. It ends up looking really breathtaking, if I may say so myself. And I also added this dressing table to the room. I just thought that it would add a very nice girly touch to the space, which is supposed to be a one girl's haven. So yeah, just whatever she wants, it'll be in this room. I think bedrooms are generally really straightforward. I just focused on making the colors and everything look really nice and comfy looking. I think this room turns out being really neutral and brown, and I tried to add some quirks with these cushion side tables with funky patterns, just to make sure that it still looked not like a very well designed, well, it's a well designed space, but like I didn't want it to look like a showroom flat, you know what I mean? Like I wanted it to look like the girl has been living here for a while and she knows what she likes. And because according to me, having lots of plants in a space makes it look really, well, lived in and cozy, I added lots of plants. Here you can see me trying to change the flooring and the wallpaper to this brown situation. I had literally no concept when it came to this room. I thought it was really big and I really wanted at least a workspace and a bedroom in the same room since it's so big. I just thought that I outdid myself with how cozy the living room was, that I didn't know how to make this room feel cozier, because this is supposed to be her bedroom. It ends up being really neat and well, just very Pinterest worthy. I think it is Pinterest worthy, but I tried to clutter it up so much that it still looks like it belongs to someone who's been living here for a while, like a long time. And I think at the end, the final result of this entire room, it just looks very I don't know, it just looks like a space. It looks like a different style, a different type of cozy. It's really different from the living room, but I guess it is okay. I really like how this room turns out in the end, as you will see as we go along with this entire room. I really like how I use that divider in the middle of the room to separate this huge room space into two separate space situation. I like how it just separates the room but still leaves the room with some kind of flow. Yeah, I should do this more often in my rooms, especially the bigger ones. I'm definitely trying to learn how to use more dividers to make a room more interesting. So for my Sims workspace area, or her study, I guess most people say study, I'm trying to make it very cluttered as well. I also think that she might be someone who likes crystals and stuff, so I added this really nice opal looking crystal situation onto a table, and also loaded it up with plants. I just lined the entire the top shelf area of this eco lifestyle desk with lots and lots of plants in different sizes and stuff. It just makes it look so good. I just love spaces with lots of plants. I actually took a screenshot of this this room in this angle once I was done with it, and I posted it onto Twitter, and I got quite a number of likes. I'm really new to Twitter, so it was really fun to see more people liking my content on Twitter. I don't really post a lot because I don't really know what to post there most of the time. I try to make my Twitter like a place for me to share my Sims build and my Sims stuff. I don't know, I just like the idea of having like a really nice Sims 4 centric Twitter account. It is technically my Chermibear account, so anything that has to do with Twitch and me as Chermibear, it's over there. So if you guys want to follow me, little plug here, but my Twitter account is at Chermibear, basically the same name as this channel. We can see that this room is pretty much coming together already. I just focused on adding a lot more plants for sure. Definitely more plants on the shelves, on the floor, everywhere. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually recorded this voiceover over a span of 2 days. I've been struggling a lot with my editing software, lagging and stuff, and also because where I stay, there's actually a train that just comes by my place every 5 minutes or so. sometimes less, but sometimes it's just like 2 minutes every minute even. I just have a very, very small pocket of time where I can actually have complete silence to record. So my recordings, if I want to record them during the daytime when everyone is actually working and alive, and not at some godforsaken hour like 2 a.m. or something, then I'll have to sit here and press record and press stop recording every time a train is gonna come by and threaten my silence and my peace. So by now you can see that I used that ceiling spotlight situation to illuminate my desk area. I really like how that gives that effect of a very, I don't know, a very nice ambiance to that place, but it was too dark having no light illuminate the rest of the area. So I added a couple of lights here and there just to evenly illuminate the entire area. And now we're moving on to the bathroom. I've been loving this pink and teal color scheme for bathrooms. I've been seeing them on Pinterest a lot and it's been inspiring me, and I thought I wanted to make like something that cute in this bathroom. But I actually changed it back to a standard white tub because I just think that it looks a lot better. I just added a pop of pastel mint and yellow shade with the shower caddies. Do you call those shower caddies? Yeah, and I forgot to put in cat litter, so I wanted to put one in. And I've been loving this one from my first pet stuff, if I'm not mistaken. You can see me trying to struggle to find like a space for it, and I ended up putting it right where the shower is in the bathroom, which blocks the shower from being able to be used. But I guess it's kind of like a realistic thing, like it's like she ran out of space, she really wanted this cute cat litter box, so she sacrificed her shower for the cat litter box. That's so cute. But of course, if you want to use the shower, if you want your sim to use the shower, you can always remove that cat litter box and put it somewhere else, maybe outside, even in the dining room. Maybe there's always a lot of different places you can place a cat litter box. We are coming to the end actually. These are the final touches. I moved up to the patio area to try to inject as much greenery as I can onto this space to make it look really nice and homey. I really love this chair from Eco Lifestyle that I just used outside. You seldom can use this chair anywhere, so I was very thrilled to know that I can use this one. And with that, we are coming to the end of today's build. Thank you so much for watching this speed build all the way to the end. I really appreciate you if you stayed all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this house. If you're interested in downloading this house, it will be available on the gallery under my username, which is Chermibear. And yeah, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end once again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!